Doing another autopilot test with Tyler Duffy, my boss. We're in autopilot here, stopped at the light behind the car ahead of us. I did have the other day where the light turned yellow right before the car ahead of me went through, and then I had to override, or I would have gone through on red. But other than that, as long as the person ahead of you stops, it's good to go. So he's got his thumb. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there you go. When it asks for that, you got to give it just a little.
Did it go out?
No, we did it just in time. I thought it was going to go out. Like it was starting to warn us. But when it's
flashing blue,
when it flashes blue, then that means you got to indicate that you're. I know. Yeah, I saw you had your thumb on it, but you got to give it just a little tug so it knows you're there. I don't know how many times I have people come up behind me while I'm in, because I'm just like chill. I'm just like, life is good, and I'm like jamming up. People are behind me, like, really, you're gonna get out of the way.
Fast lane. No,
and there was anybody there when I put it on, but they just come up on you. And
if I turn my blinker, will it lane change?
It does not do that anymore. That's full self-driving only now. They took that away from autopilot, so. You turn your blinker on, it turns autopilot off, and then that's gonna work. But it made us a little nervous, didn't it? Are you nervous? I was slightly nervous, probably because I'm in the passenger seat.
It was I would have slowed down a little quicker, but it was still smooth.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I wonder if it's using brakes or regen.
Oh, that's regen for sure.
Is it?
Yeah, because if we take it off autopilot here in a bit, or even you tap the brakes, but then you took it off and it's still, you remember, it still came to a stop pretty quick. So, give it a little tug. Oh, too much. You're not in autopilot.
Yeah, I can see how you become docile, like I'm a passenger now.
Especially after a long time. Now, this will be interesting if it can handle this, because it's got the little turn in the middle. Oh, yeah, no problem. See, it used to, I don't know, it's so much better. It used to just kind of freak out with any little anomaly, like having a turn in the middle of an intersection.
Can you increase your, when you get behind a dump truck like this?
The distance, the follow distance, yes, you can. Good question. So you go to autopilot and follow distance, you can pump that up.
Yeah, like you don't want to get a rock chip from it.
Yeah. I was going to say, you also can just step on it and swing around them. Don't kill us. I was just joking. I knew you wouldn't. The car was freaking out too, though. That was kind of funny.
I still have my blinker on. There we go. The car was like, no, don't hit that guy.
Don't hit the guy. Don't hit the wall. Don't hit anything.
Snappy.
That'll make for good little. Don't kill us. I was mostly joking, but there was like 20% of real concern in there.
45. We can do this. Wow. It's so fast.
I don't know if you want to try going up the mountain, or it would be kind of interesting to autopilot up there once you get on the road. There's a dude that spent a fortune on a Discovery. Should have got this instead. It did not turn on for you. There you go. Oh wow, speed limit's 45, so that's interesting, because it's going to have to, slow down on its own if it wants to. Holy shit.
I think I had to grab
Yeah, you did, dude. You did. That's hilarious. Oh man, that so much for what I was telling you this morning, right?
Yeah.
Try it again. Well, no, don't try it again. It struggles on this corner really bad. I don't know now. We can try it on the way down, but oh man, now we have those people to follow though. I mean, which will make it work better. Like it'll work super good now, but it doesn't challenge. It didn't quite go. There you go. But it won't challenge it as much because it can
follow their speed.
Yeah. And honestly, I think we probably would have survived, although it was about to lose the tire off the side.
Yeah.
Off the side, so it was like real hit or miss. I mean, I'm glad you took over. I'd much rather that than, fall off and lose a tie rod and ruin our whole trip.
Yeah, hit up against the railing or whatever.
So yeah, now it's just like this. Yeah, is this not going to challenge it at all? So it's already going slow enough and everything. I think it was still like so worried about trying to get up to the speed limit that oh wow, that was close.
It drove that one real close.
That you know, that it hadn't quite calculated, oh, I need to slow down for this corner. Yeah, we can, I don't know if you want to, I was going to say if you want to turn around, we can.
I'll find the next spot.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Right here if you want. Then we can go down and see how it does without anybody, or even with somebody ahead of us, but that's going reasonable speed.
Nice turn radius.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, there you go. That was weird that it went off.
That's cool. It saw the construction cones on the side of the road. Did you see that?
Yeah, it does that. It actually does recognize what stoplights and whether they're red or green. It just doesn't yet react to them. And even when it does, I think it'll be a full self-driving feature.
Right on the edge there.
Which is weird because when you're like on the interstate, it's like you want it. I would always prefer it to be a little more over, and it tends to run right middle of the lane. But yeah, for whatever reason on this situation, it's putting us right on the edge. It's handled that pretty well.
Yeah.
It's doing a good job. Like, you know, this max speed is 35, and yet this time it's actually doing a good job of just saying, well, that may be the max, but I don't feel comfortable, you know, at that speed. This turn's going to be really interesting. It's coming in hot. I'm glad you took over. I don't know what it was doing.
It would have been a fun ride.
That would have been intense. Dude, it's funny. I was sitting there like, oh, it slows down for turns, and I don't know what the deal is. I was behind that, but even behind that semi-truck, it was still slowing down. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's just because I said something about it. Now it's. I'm glad you let it go, though. That was interesting. That was only going to be a little hit of stuff, not like a full-on.
Yeah, boy, that regen really, you go a long time without brakes with one of these things.
Oh yeah, forever really, because you pretty much never use it unless you're pulling a trailer. When I pull the trailer, the regen doesn't quite, and the trailer supposedly has trailer brakes, but it doesn't. I don't think it's working, but I'm actually glad they're not working because that way I can regen more.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you have to get a brake controller. Do you have installed?
You know, I was assuming that with Tesla that they would just go ahead and build that in. You know? They should, man. Like, all this stuff, like build in a brake controller automatically, you know?
Yeah, they should have. They could have put it right in.
They could have just
panel.
Programmed it in.
Yeah, that'd have been cool.
And it has a trailer mode. Like, I'm in trailer mode, so I don't know. I think honestly, there's a chance that just the brakes aren't working. The trailer brakes aren't working, or that they're working, but that they don't engage unless I put my foot on the brake. And since I'm using mostly regen,
yeah,
you know, they're not. Which is perfect. I mean, honestly, I want to regen as much as possible. So.
When you get up to Idaho, if you're up there in October and you get snow, you got to be careful for that. If you go into regen and the trailers,
right, you have to turn the regen down
because your trailer will jackknife on you because it doesn't have brakes.
Oh, I got you.
Try to come around the side if you're on slick roads.
I'm with you now. I wasn't following you at first, but I got you now. Hopefully, it could be in October, but hopefully there won't be snow that early.
I mean, it's a chance.
Pretty
but
rare.
There's been snow in October.
Yeah, for sure. It's not letting you do it. It has to have the little. There you go. Has to have that little.
Has to see the sides.
Yeah, that's making you take over.
I don't know where to go.
Too many people. But it has to have that little gray steering wheel to be available.
Okay. Did you see it started to like turn right, but then that car was beside it and it pulled back left.
That's what freaked it out. Yeah. If you want, you can scroll that right thing up. Yep. And that'll bump you up to 40. And then that's as fast as it'll let you go.
Is 5 over?
on these kind of roads. On the interstate, it'll let you do whatever you want.
Oh, really?
Or I say that, I don't know if it'll go over 85. I've never tried it, but I've never run into a limit. I'll just put it that way. I think I was driving all the way up here at 81, and it was fine. Well, we defeated it today. Several times. That last one, I'm not super surprised.
Give
it a slight tug so you don't lose it. Give it a slight tug. There you go. Oh, too much.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about the. It's easy to just, wow, this thing's got it under control.
Yeah. If you just like put like your hand on the steering wheel enough that like on the side that it kind of weights, like you put a little weight on the steering wheel on the side of it, so it has a slight tug on it the whole time, then it won't like start warning you, it'll just sit there and you'll be good. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's like what I do when I'm on like that road to Hilton Head. I'm just like have it there, and it's got, my hand has enough weight that it just handles it.
Huh.
That one was pretty smooth.
The screen had one of those cones was tipped over. It had it tipped over on the camera.
That's pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
I've not noticed that before. Well, I mean, you got the full experience pretty much. You even got Autopilot to Fail, which honestly I don't think
that was
maybe one time I've gotten it to fail since I've had it. So
that was a really tricky road.
Yeah, I thought it would do better, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't like that intersection, I wasn't surprised, but on that road I thought it would do better. But I mean, we did good. We came down, it did a few things okay, but it also struggled on a few things. You know where you're parked?
Yeah. Well, you can. That regen really pulls it down.
Yeah, they cranked up the regen some, compared to the Model 3, which I really like, because now it can do the full one pedal driving.
Yeah.
There was, I think it was Volkswagen, or was it the Leaf? Might have been the Leaf. There was some company that was like going on and on about, oh, we do one pedal driving. Maybe it's BMW. I don't remember. Whoever it was, oh, blah, 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 we do one pedal driving. And it's like, well, that's a software update away from Tesla. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, this is our competitive advantage, one pedal driving. It's like, Tesla's like, okay, 20 minutes of programming, throw out an update. Okay, we have one pedal driving too.
Remember what road we're on?
So, it's like, I don't know. I was always cracking up about that. They didn't specifically say we have it and Tesla doesn't, but you could kind of get that vibe.
Yep.
Like, oh, we have one pedal driving, and it's like, oh, good for you. Maybe they're just saying compared to a gas car in their defense. Maybe they just meant compared to a gas car. But
pulling the street names.
It should. It's just struggling to load. Well, I thought it would. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
This is Google Maps that they've contracted with. So well, I got my adrenaline rush for the day between your acceleration and all the autopilot fails. Yeah, man, we had to squeeze this in before I left because, I mean, there's some chance I'll sell it while I'm out there.
Really?
There's a chance.
Oh,
push the end there to put it in park.
That was fun.
Yeah, dude, that was intense.
You thought we were gonna pull her in the ditch?
Yeah,
It was fun. Impressive.
We